Hey everybody, welcome to the Local Joe Show. I am Local Joe here in Farmington Hills. Actually, I'm in Novi today at our office over here at Z Real Estate. Uh, Today we have a great episode ahead for you. We have our sales director, Megan Ransome, and she's going to be on talking to us about why EXP is a great brokerage, a little bit about her background, how she got into real estate in the first place, and what led her here to the Z team and EXP. And yeah, she's going to tell us a little bit. She's in charge of making sure all the agents are up to speed on our brokerage here. So, and then helping us obviously along the way with any problems that come up with sales and any issues. So, great resource. Megan's been great for me. She's really we kind of hit it off right from the beginning. We both are really into AI and technology and that kind of thing. So really enjoy speaking with her, and we kind of have like minds. So it's great. Um, Before we get to Megan, though, I thought I'd go over a few things, a little bit of local news. So this week, I've mentioned it previously, but it's finally here. It is the Great Farmington Cleanup. So Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m., meet downtown at the Sunquist Pavilion at Riley Park. Everybody's going to meet there. They're also going to have pizza and prizes and some things, and everybody's going to get a chance to help keep our city the way we like it, clean, right? So come on down if you have time, and we would really love to see you there. Uh, that's about it for the local news this week. A little bit about me, what I've been up to lately. Hockey season's over, but I still have been playing that, so that's been great. I've been trying to keep up with my exercise, so I do hockey twice a week, Mondays and Fridays. Sometimes now that my Sunday game is no longer the league that I was in is over, I do Sunday morning as well. But I've been actually just trying to take it a little bit easier because I felt like I was doing a little too much on my. I have a bad leg from I tore my hamstring about a year, 2 years ago now. It'll be so. Yeah, trying to take it a little bit easy and doing a little more workout as far as weight training to help increase the strength in my leg and my upper body actually. So the one nice thing is me and my son Roy. So we've been actually hitting the gym together. So he's in high school and he's wanting to learn how to increase his strength a little bit. So I'm trying to help him with what I know about it. I'm not an expert by any means, but I have had a little bit of experience when I was his age. I was in football and had a lot of conditioning training classes and things like that. So that's been pretty fun. We go kind of late night on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so that's exciting, and I'm happy to have him excited about doing that and keeping in shape. And he's also been very good about listening to me about not eating sugar. So really happy with that. Just the fact that he wants to take care of himself and try to be healthy. So that's exciting for me. Um, Let's see. I continued making calls last week. It was a little bit less than what I had been doing previously. I only had 67 people that I called. I connected with 25 people and I had 20 conversations. That did lead to some activity, though. I do have, hopefully, I actually don't have it set up yet, but I had someone reach out to me today to set up a listing appointment for next week. So that's exciting. That's one of my spheres, so that's really exciting. I've been speaking with him a little bit about it, and he finally just called me and said it's time. So, and then another gentleman I've been trying to get a hold of lately. He is a first-time home buyer, and I hadn't been able to get in touch with him. I just kept following up, and I had kind of given up, and he finally answered the phone. So we sent him over to get it pre-approved this week, and excited about that one. So, and then I got a few buyers that I've been working with over time that have been put. I actually a couple of them put in deals already, but just haven't got anything approved or accepted. So yeah, I got a lot going on. The spring market is really heating up. I got a lot of clients that I've just been picking up recently. A lot of Zillow leads that have been coming in. So excited about that. So with no further ado, I think it's time to get over and talk to Megan and let her tell us all about herself and why it's great to be here over at the Z team. We'll talk to you guys after the interview. Okay. All right. Hi, Megan.
Hi, Joe.
Welcome, everybody. It's the Local Joe Show, and I have the great Megan Ransom on with me today. So I really appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule to meet with me today.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Joe.
No
I'm
problem.
excited to be here.
Yep. So today we're going to talk a little bit about Megan's background and then talk a little bit further about her role here on the team and
why you might want to join our team and what we offer here that's so great. So let's just get right into it, Megan. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you grew up and a little bit about your background, things like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I grew up in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I went to elementary school there up until fifth grade, and then my
Okay.
family moved to Ypsilanti. That's where I went to Lincoln Consolidated Schools, and that's where I graduated from. While I was in high school, I ran track.
Okay.
I did hurdles. That was my thing.
Okay, that's tough.
Yeah.
I've tried the hurdles. I'm not great at it.
Well, I've got bumps and bruises on my
I
knee.
bet, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely challenging, but I enjoyed it. I did the 100 and 300 hurdles.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool.
That's interesting because I've found a lot of people that were previous athletes become successful in their careers. So just the hard work and dedication that it takes to become an athlete, right?
Yeah, for sure. So I graduated from there, and then I went on to college.
Okay.
I got my business sales and marketing degree, which kind of comes into play today in real estate too, and has kind of helped me throughout, some of my other jobs that I've held too.
Yeah. So I guess tell us a little bit about that. So we know what you do now, but kind of give us a little bit of background about kind of your work history and what led you toward real estate. So just start a little bit about your work history.
Sure. So I started off doing customer service roles.
Okay.
And I think definitely those roles kind of apply in my real estate business
For
now,
sure.
just given the client experience in real
Right.
estate. I had some pretty cool, unique jobs. Like I worked for Home Depot, where I got some knowledge on how to do home improvement projects, for example. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Do you do any of that on your own? Are you pretty handy?
A DIYer?
Yeah.
Some stuff. Not everything. Like I totally know when to call a professional
Right.
for sure.
It is important to know your limits,
yes,
right?
for sure. And so let's see, after that, I kind of started work as a leasing consultant.
Okay.
That's kind of really what got my foot in the door officially for real estate. And so.
Was that just a job that kind of came up, or were you actually going toward real estate and took that as a leasing thing?
I was pretty much pursuing real estate.
Yeah.
And I think being a leasing consultant gave me that entry level kind of experience.
Right.
Because you get experience showing property, marketing property, working with customers, things like that. So that was major as far as helping me get into the real
without
estate
being totally on your own, kind of like you are sometimes.
Exactly. And then once I got licensed as an agent, my first official real estate related kind of job was as a transaction coordinator.
Okay.
I kind of functioned there, so I got inside kind of knowledge on like the paperwork and the documents and just the processes and things like that from the back end.
Which is great, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that helps you a lot.
Oh my goodness, that was amazing help.
Yeah. I think it is important to kind of learn everything, right? Because otherwise you don't know what's going on the back end.
Exactly.
So, especially, I mean, we have the transaction coordinators, but a lot of people, if they're on their own, they have to do all that work themselves.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's great.
Which is a cool thing, a cool benefit on our team too, that we even have that transaction coordinators to even help us support. So I think that's pretty cool.
I love it. I love getting the text saying, "Hey Joe, you're about to expire on this, and do I need to do this for you or do that?" So it's really helpful, especially when you got a lot of things going on, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, they do a great job here. All right, so now you're in leasing, and you got your license at this point. So when did you actually switch to real estate and go from leasing to homes, or how was that transaction for you?
Yeah, so after leasing, my first kind of role was a transaction coordinator.
Yep.
And
you just said that, and I just.
It's okay. It's okay.
So now you're a transaction coordinator.
That's all right.
Okay,
yeah.
What's next?
No worries. And then, I wanted to really ramp up my own business and kind of see like,
what
I can do this. Yeah. And so it's funny because how I got to EXP while I was a transaction coordinator was I posted my I'm a realtor announcement And one of my buddies I went to school with, his wife was already with EXP and successful
Gotcha.
agent. So he reached out. He said, "Hey, you should connect with my wife. She's at a great brokerage, etc." And so her and I hopped on a call, and I kind of asked her, her honest opinion about
Yeah.
EXP and what her thoughts were. And I saw that she was crushing it
Yep.
and doing well. And so she invited me on a call with GoGo
Okay.
to kind of really go over like the EXP model and things like that. So we did that. And
That's kind of interesting that's because you said you posted on social media, which is such a big part of GoGo's
Yes.
philosophy, right? And it led you to GoGo. So it's kind of interesting.
Exactly. And so we did that meeting, and the Mark Z team was brought up, and they're like, "Hey, if you are interested in, getting more support, and maybe you should consider a team."
Okay.
And so I looked into the team. I was like, "This is definitely a place that I probably would thrive in."
Yep.
And learn so much, and it's been history ever since.
Okay. So that's when you came over to the team,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe your brother was also part of the team at one point too.
Yep,
right? So
yep.
you have
He
family here
was,
too.
yes.
So not only your Z family, but you have
Right.
real family here. So that's
Yes,
pretty cool.
exactly.
Okay, so then tell us a little bit about how you made your kind of climb up through the team, right? So you came here as a new agent.
Yeah,
and
so
now you're you.
I was a producing agent active on the team. Naturally, just kind of helping everyone. But I think what led to the leadership role was more of my unique set of skills to kind of systematize things,
Yeah.
and bring clarity to, especially we serve agents from brand new to seasoned, whatnot. But especially for like newer agents who
Yep.
just have no guidance, no clarity, no nothing, getting them on a path to succeed in real
Right.
estate and really build their business.
Especially because all agents are different. That must be kind of
Mhm.
difficult a little bit to try to, because some I'm sure need more guidance than others. And
Yeah, for sure. That's true. But I think the experience I've had, especially like in the previous job roles and then just in my own business, being adaptable
yeah,
and being able to work with people from
different
all
people.
socioeconomic, backgrounds and things, is very helpful.
For sure.
So I just kind of apply that
To
to
the same
the
thing.
agents.
Yeah, because it is very similar, I'm
Uh-huh.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So at this point, you're a producing agent. So what just give us a little stepping path of how you got to where you're at now as sales director.
Yeah.
What was your climb through the Z ranks?
So I was an agent. Let's see, I've only been in this role about a year. I just made a year
Okay.
in March. So prior to that, I was a active agent on the team here.
So how long has it been total that you've been on the team?
5 years.
5 years.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And let's see. Since then, I have definitely just kind of, identified where agents need the most, support and direction when they onboard with us or start their real estate journey.
Okay.
So go where you were going to say
Well,
something?
no, I was just, you were telling me a little bit about how successful you are with the newer agents, right? Because one of the crazy stats that I've heard is like how many sales the different agents have had through the years or whatever, or through the year, how 75% of agents don't even sell any homes.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me, first of all.
Yeah.
But your ability to be able to turn that into your success rate that you've had here with the agents. Why don't you tell us a little bit, what is that success rate? How do you measure that? And what do you think is the reason why you've been so successful?
For sure. So we, in an industry overall, we have a high failure rate in real estate anyway. Here on our team, we've been able to have at least a 75% success rate where agents who join our team are successfully, as long as they're following the path,
Right.
they're successful in getting business faster,
Yep.
closing deals, and getting money in their pocket. Because
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, that we
Need-
love helping people and all that, but
That's why we're here, right?
we're here also to make money.
Yeah,
because
for
this is
sure.
our bread and butter. So we've definitely been successful in doing that, and just I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah, and I think that's important for a new agent. Like getting those small wins in your pocket when you're first starting out is huge. Like for me,
Yeah.
it was, and then being part of the team too. And I guess this would be a good time to kind of talk about showing partners and how we do that, because for me that was a big benefit.
Mhm.
Not only getting that the money, like you said,
Mhm.
but also getting a seasoned agent that you're working side by side with that kind of helps you learn the process, right?
Absolutely. Showing partners, that's one of our big cool key features on our team too, and opportunities rather, for an agent, especially a newer agent, like you said, to be able to partner with a seasoned agent.
Yep.
And just kind of get the insight, work with that seasoned agent to kind of understand how the processes go.
Right.
While still having boots on the ground, you're out, you're in the field, you're showing homes,
You're
you're going
people,
through the
right?
process of, preparing for showings, actually showing homes, meeting with people,
Talking to clients.
That's
the big part.
And that's really, Joe, what we found
Yeah.
to be, once we are able to teach agents how to have conversations.
Yes.
I don't think agents fail because they're not capable. I
Right.
think that they a lot of times just struggle because they don't know maybe what to say,
right? Yeah.
When to say it, how to say it, that sort of
and
stuff.
how important those
And
words
how-
are, right?
yeah.
Because it's like you could really just drop somebody in a second just by saying the wrong
Absolutely.
one or two times. So.
And so what we've found is teaching agents that to begin with,
Yeah.
how to have conversations, that has, catapulted our success.
Yeah. So this would be another good segue into another thing we wanted to talk about was the coaching calls. Because for me, that's where I learned a lot of that conversation, right? Because they go over it every morning about different problems people are having. So why don't we tell our viewers a little bit about the coaching call and what that's all about?
Yeah, so that's the 7:30 coaching call. Be on there.
I do it every day. Honestly, it's a great way to just start your day too, right? Like,
absolutely.
Even if you
because you learn a lot. Like I've taken so many tips and tricks from that coaching call alone and just implemented it and applied it to my business.
Yeah.
And when I first started listening to it, and as a newer agent, I didn't really understand everything.
Okay.
But the more that, I listened and then also started generating business and doing it, then it all kind of made sense.
It clicked, right?
And then you've got, those are some rock star agents on that call, for sure. You learn something new every day.
Like this morning, we had Bianca on there talking about. It was.
Yes.
I almost felt like it was a commercial.
I know, but it was a genuine, genuine, her honest opinion of how the collaboration and the call and just joining EXP has benefited her business in a positive way. It's amazing.
I actually listened to the call for a month before I left my old brokerage to come here, and that actually kind of made me decide to come here because it was just, I don't want to badmouth any of the other brokerages, but it's so collaborative and everybody's just so willing to help, and just having that someone you can just go to and ask those in the morning. You don't even have to go to anybody; they can't see you or anything. You can just ask questions, right? So especially when you're newer and you feel kind of stupid asking these stupid. They're not stupid questions, but you feel like they are.
The new question,
the new question, right? Exactly. So. Yeah, I thought that was great. And she was talking about how she reached out to Ron, and Ron took her call and helped her walk through a few things. So it's just great to have all these resources to fall back on, and getting the various opinions. That's what I also like, because you'll get one person will say one way they would do it, and then Jimmy or Kurt will jump on and say the way they would do it. And it's very different, but they're both valid. And so, it's whatever.
The key is just to take away from those things that you can implement into your business.
Right.
That's where
pick up one little nugget, right?
Take the one little nugget, implement it, and then try something else
Yep.
and implement that. And that's how we get better, not necessarily taking it all in, trying to implement everything all at once.
Yeah. So
one of the cool things that we do offer on our team, we are a Zillow Flex team, and we do, provide leads to agents who come join our team.
Yeah.
And we teach them how to have the right conversations to work those leads,
right.
and ultimately convert them so that they are able to even, add to their book of business while they develop and reach out to their sphere too.
Okay.
So
yeah. So okay. So the other thing I like too is the follow-up boss leads. Like we have lots of lead sources. I guess
yes.
we don't have to go into everyone, I guess,
Okay.
but that is kind of what I wanted you to just touch on.
Mm-hmm.
That the difference between being on your own or whatever and coming to a team where you actually have multiple lead sources, and
Mm-hmm.
not to mention all the marketing that the Z team does to just pull in all those leads. Like
absolutely,
so.
Yeah. Mark does a phenomenal job with marketing our brand and our team out to the masses, and does a really great job with lead generation, if you will, based off his marketing efforts. And so that does give us a unique opportunity here on the team, where we do have an influx of leads that we can offer team members. And honestly, if you work it, we've got what you need.
Right.
We've got the systems,
there's a lot of
the
different
support,
ways.
the structure, the leads, the whatever you need. But the agent who would kind of join us really would need to bring that commitment and dedication, and then just willingness to want to
make the calls,
build a business, a real business. Because again, we teach you what to say, and how to say it, and things like that. But the agent has to kind of come with that willingness to do it.
And you guys, the tools too are the things here.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have the different software platforms. Some people do the calls in the morning. They're using Mojo.
Mm-hmm.
Some people use Follow Up Boss. They're doing calls through there. So that's what I appreciate too, because obviously, if we all do the same lead source, we would, it'd be hard. We'd all be going after the same lead. It's nice to have multiple lead sources that we're getting all this different stuff from. So
for sure.
All right. So why don't you talk a little bit about? You've kind of taken a little bit of a twist in the training lately. You've seen some ways that you can improve the training.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well,
about,
so what we found is, so we do teach the systems, how to use the systems and tools that we have on the team. What we found was, when we shifted to teaching agents exactly kind of fast track their business, teach them how to have conversations.
Yeah.
That's kind of what changed the game,
the success
if you will, or improved the success rate.
Yeah.
Because I think, like I said, agents don't fail because they're not capable. They fail because they just don't know what to do. The clarity behind that, right? So that's one of the things that we've improved, and we've found that works for our agents, is just really, how do you have those conversations? If you don't have conversations, you don't have a real business.
Right.
So we teach the agents how to have those conversations.
And I think it's important too, because even the seasoned agents can come in and join that. So learning the systems, that might not be something that the newer or the older agents would be interested in attending, but talking about objection handling and things like that, that's something where they can actually give some input into what they're seeing too, and really up the game. So
yeah, we love having seasoned agents too in our classes too, because they give a different perspective as well.
Right.
And so we like that.
Yep.
For sure.
Cool. So let's see, what are the few other things we wanted to go over? So how do you balance being all that at the team leader, right? And then trying to balance your own book of business beyond that? And
well, I pray. I pray. But I also, I'm very intentional with my time.
Yeah.
I treat it like a system as well.
Yep.
And time block, and have, I just have to be organized, Joe.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed about you. You're very organized. organized. And I
Thank
think it
you.
makes
You
better.
you kind of have to.
Yeah, you do.
Otherwise, I'll be like,
And actually,
crazy.
you've taught me some great tricks about a few things, just with bullet trail and stuff, and how to keep track of your pages that you're making and on the spreadsheet. So that I appreciated that.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, time blocking, just kind of, being organized, knowing, what needs to happen. I feel systematizing my business.
Yep.
Like I have a process that, I follow when I'm onboarding new buyers, new sellers.
Yep.
And just kind of having that in place is very helpful too.
For sure.
Because I know exactly what to do every time, as long as I execute this, boom.
So the thing I want to jump into next is you're actually really good with software, and like you keep up with technology trends a little bit, and you and I became instant buddies because of AI, right? It's because we're both into AI. So you showed me something recently, how you're using AI for your listing appointments and things like that. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you're using AI and what you think it's good for?
So I love learning new ways to use AI. I don't use it as a replacement, but I do use it in my business to support some of the, maybe repetitive tasks or just, things like that. So I guess I use it more to complement the business, not to necessarily replace anything that I would do in the business, but just to complement it and support and help.
Yeah, to make you more efficient.
Right? Yeah. That way I can focus more on like,
talking
client conversations, right?
That's awesome. So, what advice would you give to a new agent or a struggling agent? Do you have any kind of advice, or what is the one thing that you find that typically is the problem with new agents if they are struggling?
Yeah. It really is the conversation piece, Joe. We get our license and we think, great, we're going to be like the people on TV. And then we realize
no one's knocking at your door asking you to sell their house.
Nobody's doing that at all.
Right.
It's actually work.
Right.
And so, I think for any new agent, just having been one at one point my own self, learning how to have those conversations, I can't stress it enough.
Yeah.
I feel like I've repeated it multiple times.
I was going to say that's an overwhelming.
But that's the key.
Right.
And real estate, I feel like, is a numbers game too.
Yeah.
And one thing we all have 100% control over is the number of conversations we have with people.
Right.
We can't control the outcomes of those conversations. We can't force anybody to buy or sell or do anything, but we can control how many attempted contacts we have with people. And I think that's the most important part. The second piece to that is just for new agents is really, don't get ready because you'll be stuck. You'll be stuck for a long time. Right? Just take action.
Yeah.
And what I've found too is you talk to Mark, you talk to Chad, you talk to Renee and some of our heavy hitters here too on our team, and that is a repeating thing. They took action as well, right? They learned something, implemented it, and figured it out along the way too.
Yeah.
They weren't perfect at everything, but they took action, and that's the key.
That's one thing I learned from Mark in the few years I've known him is it's remarkable how quick he takes action. From the time he thinks about something to the time he makes a move, it's very fast.
Yeah.
And I've seen that with all successful people, to be honest. And the other thing you mentioned there too that I keep hearing over and over, whether it be Austin or Kurt, these different people, is it is a numbers game, right? As long as you have to come in every day and make your calls. And then until you get this many conversations, you just keep calling, right?
Exactly.
So, and if you do that, you will be successful. It's kind of just the way it is.
Yeah.
So put in the work and you'll be successful.
Absolutely.
So, and I've found that to be true for me. So, so yeah, that's great. So is there anything you wanted to touch on that we kind of didn't talk about? Some other reasons why people, why would people want to join a team or EXP, anything like that?
Yeah, well, I think we covered a lot of
We
ground
did.
today. I think, um, for any agent that is, looking for some structure or support, uh, who's looking to join, especially just, on a team like ours, looking for, hey, show me the path
Right.
and I'll walk the path.
Yep.
Uh, we're that team for them because
Yeah.
we have, the systems, we've got tools, we've got the structure, we've got the accountability, we've got all the things that an agent will thrive here, whether you're brand new or a seasoned agent.
Yep.
We have it here.
Yeah.
It's just the agent who comes on will need
Has
to
to be willing
really
to do the
have
work, right?
that drive to
Yeah.
do the work. Yeah, for sure.
And it is encouraging if you come in the office every day because there's people in here working, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that was exciting. Like you can just feel the real estate going on when you walk in the
Absolutely.
office. So.
Environment is everything. I mean, proximity to the people that, who are successful and you're trying to get to that level or take your business to the next level, that's everything.
Yeah.
Proximity is everything.
For sure.
So we do have that vibe here in that environment here in
Yeah.
our office. So I think
There's a lot
that's
of
really cool
success.
too.
Yeah. Well, cool. I really appreciate you taking your time today. And
Thanks, Joe.
yeah, you're the best. And I love it. Great. Thanks, Megan.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So I wanted to thank Megan again for showing up and doing that interview with me. That was great. Um, so the one thing I wanted to go over, though, I always have them at the end of my show, agent attraction. So one thing you could do this week to attract some agents. So this week is kind of a special week because we have. I went to it in October. They call it the Oktoberfest. It is a objection handling contest, but and they include agents and mortgage brokers in it. So it's pretty fun. Everybody gets an objection, which is interesting because typically when you're handling objections, you're interacting face to face with a person on the phone. The kind of hard part about what they do here at this contest is you're actually just given an objection and you have to give a reply back with no interaction back and forth. So it's just you giving your answer, and then that's the end. So you have, I believe, it's 1 minute to give your answer. So yeah, that could be a little tough, not having, not being able to ask questions and then get them to say something to get them going where you want and what direction you want. So it'll be fun. So Oktoberfest is the contest that they have. This is called the Showdown to Oktoberfest. It's a spring showdown. So this is kind of getting up ready for that. The great thing about this one is we have two big stars on. I know there's a bunch of stars in it, but the two I'm going to kind of focus on that I'm familiar with or friends with is Mark Z, who is obviously the team leader here and the head of our brokerage. And then Jimmy Nelson. So Jimmy he actually was on the Z team in the past, and he has his own brokerage now. And he is one of our coaches on the call that I do every morning. So I'm very familiar with him, and he obviously is one of our coaches. He's a great objection handler, and it's going to be fun to see. Those two got the draw to do the first round together against each other. So yeah, I'm going to be a little torn about who to vote for actually, but sorry Jimmy, but I'm going to probably have to go with Mark. I apologize, but I do have that loyalty there. But obviously, I want Jimmy to do well as well because he's a great guy and he's always there to help everybody. So it's going to be a fun contest. They have this year they have it set up with a ring, so it's kind of like a boxing ring, and the contestants will be inside the boxing ring doing their challenges inside there. So yeah, that's going to be pretty fun. They have some great food too. It's downtown at the Garden Theater off Woodward, downtown Detroit. So yeah, if you haven't got your ticket yet, you can get it on Eventbrite. It's called the Spring Showdown, and I suggest you do it. It's going to be a fun event, and that is tomorrow on Thursday, the 23rd. So yeah, get your tickets for that as soon as possible. And then, so how does that help you attract agents? There's going to be people from all different brokerages there. This is your time to go meet some people. It's a little bit informal. There's drinks there. There's food. There's lots of time to network and get to know some people, and possibly explain to them why it might be a good idea for them to come over to your brokerage, whatever brokerage that is. So definitely check that out. And then the final thing I want to talk about today is for my local Joe to go. Your final thoughts to help you through the week is about self confidence. So I talk about this with my kids a lot because some people think you're born with confidence, and there's different ways to be confident about different things, and different people are confident about different things, right? But self confidence is interesting to me because it seems so obvious. It's self confidence, right? And it's like confidence in yourself. So how do you build self confidence if you don't have it? And the one thing that I figured out is the way that you do that is you actually don't let yourself down. So you're always constantly making promises to yourself or saying I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, and you may not even say it, you're thinking it, but you're making that promise to yourself. And the way that you become more confident is by not letting yourself down. So if you say you're going to do something, follow through with it. Obviously, it's important when you're interacting with other people as well, that if you say you're going to be somewhere and you're going to do something at a certain time or just get it done or whatever, obviously that's important that you do that. But I almost feel like it's more important to make sure you don't do that to yourself as well, because confidence and it really just, and actually discipline. So the one thing I was thinking is like, as you're trying not to let yourself down, you're actually being disciplined. So it's like a kind of a two double-edged sword or whatever. It's not really a double-edged sword, but they go together. So it's like confidence and discipline, in my mind, kind of go together. Uh, the way you become confident is to be disciplined, to not let yourself and others down. And you know the other thing with confidence obviously is repetition and that kind of thing. Whenever you're, if it's some kind of skill or something like that you're trying to learn, and that's why we do the coaching call every day, 4 days a week, is because the more you hear these different things and you learn all the in these objection handling things that we're going to tomorrow for the showdown, same kind of thing. Like, you got to learn all this stuff so that when it comes up, you've already heard of it, you've already talked about it, you've already know how to handle it, and it's just easy to deal with. So that also breeds some kind of confidence. But again, it's kind of the discipline there to show up every day for the coaching call and do the practice to make yourself better and to be more confident. So my suggestion to everybody out there is, if you want to be more confident, build up your self confidence. And the way you do that is to not let yourself down. So when you decide you're going to do something, do it. Don't let yourself down. You got it in you. You got all of it there. Just follow through and do the thing you said you're going to do, and don't be scared. There is no failure. Sometimes there's setbacks and things like that. The only time you ever fail is when you give up. So as long as you just keep trying, to me, there is no failure there. There's learning and setbacks, and as long as you continue, there is no failure. So, that being done now, that's the end of today for Local Joe. I appreciate you all tuning in. Try to make it out to the two events that are kind of important to me. Obviously, the showdown is important for you to get there, because you're going to learn the best ways to handle objections, which is important in our business. And then if you're a Farmington or Farmington Hills resident, or you just care about the cities, come on down Saturday and help clean up. So have a great week, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye bye.